Hi guys, today we are going to talk about how to get a clear brief from the client. The brief is the actual requirement of the client, and a clear brief is going to help you deliver the work very fast. Now, the motive of getting a clear brief is making sure that you and the client are on the same page. A lot of times the clients, who are regular with you will ping you on WhatsApp saying, deliver this content or deliver this Instagram reel or stuff like that. Now that moment you tend to get very happy and you think, oh, I've got a new project, but the client may be very unclear in terms of what needs to be delivered. And the way to get a good brief is it should be in written and it should cover the following points. Point number one is get the final deliverable. What are you delivering? Are you delivering a 30 seconds video? Are you delivering a 2 minutes video? Are you supposed to deliver the raw files or the final finished video? Now, the second and more important thing is understanding who this content or this app is going to talk to. Understand the consumer of the app. Is it an internal tool that you're building? Is it a tool for, say, American audience or Canadian audience? Now, the client may have all this in their head, but they're not clearly communicating, and they think it's already implied because you know enough about their company, but that may not be true. Now, I've seen a lot of times where this leads to a lot of redo in terms of the work, and generally there is a lot of anguish with the client when such things happen. Third most important thing is understand the tonality of the client, especially if it's a creative work, right? And the client has a certain way to communicate with their audience. Always try and understand that very clearly. Next point is about the delivery date, right? If the client wants it the next day or after 7 days, understand if the client is saying next day, does he really mean that? Is there something dependent on your work that needs to go out? Because if you miss this deadline, right, assuming you want to create something for Mother's Day and the Mother's Day has passed and now you are delivering because you maybe did not understand the brief, that is going to lead to a lot of confusion, and that is one thing that the client doesn't like. As much as we think that it is the client's duty to give you a clear brief, the onus is actually on you to ask the right questions to the client so that you can get all the information out. And when you ask these questions, you can actually do that project in your head, right? And you know where the project will get stuck. I know, for example, there have been software projects that I've been involved with that lasted for 4 years and never went into production because the brief wasn't clear. Nobody knew whether we are building the app for internal, agents or direct for consumers. Do we integrate 5 companies? Do we integrate 50 companies? Right? Everything was unclear, and it looked like the brief kept expanding every time, and that project never finished. This again, maybe everybody made money in there, but if the project doesn't finish, nobody actually gains in real life. So make sure you get a clear brief from your client next time, and read more about this in the description below.